everybody, welcome to another YouTube tutorial by Roblox Lua 10. And here I am with Hunger Games. Oh, you can't even hear me. Oh, here we go. Is that better? Probably the microphone. I got a new headset, so the microphone should sound a whole lot better than it did previously. Hello, this is Roblox Lua 10, and I was busy making Hunger Games for the past few days. So I got a request from one of you watchers to do an introduction on GUIs, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. GUIs is okay, see this? It's a 3D brick, right? Three-dimensional. It has height, length, and width. Two-dimensional GUIs are just two-dimensional. For example, starter GUI. If you go to basic objects and then you go to, excuse me, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. The new microphone for the headset is really cool. Okay, so you enter a new screen GUI. Now what the starter GUI does is that whenever a player dies, it takes whatever is in here and copies it to the player's player GUI individually. So whenever they respawn, whatever is in starter GUI gets copied into their screen. Now, so screen GUI, you can name this. It's just, this is important because it won't show up unless there is there. I think, let me check. Frame, say, like, one, will it show up? Yeah, no. It has to be inside, it has to be inside a screen GUI class name. So inside that, it's gonna you can do a frame. What a frame is like, well, a frame actually. So that frame, you can change its size, position. For example, let's make this as big as the actual screen itself. Change the size back to 0. There it is. Wow, look at that. It's big. Okay, why in the world would it do that? Background transparency, make it transparent, like a brick, you know. So you have a frame, and this frame will make it slightly transparent, so you can slightly see through it. See, it's two-dimensional. It doesn't have a depth. It's just X and Y. Can you see my mouse? Yeah, I should. So this frame, it can hold other stuff. We'll go into that later. But for now, let's just go into a small... Nope, not 1.5. I just want 0.5. Okay, see, this is the frame. The frame is like a box that can hold other stuff. The frame size is its maximum limit. Now, going over this real quick, it's not exactly as much as a scripting as much as just GUI placement, but there are very, very cool scripts that you can insert inside GUIs that make them do cool stuff. We're going to go into that if we can in this tutorial. So you have the frame. The frame is basically what it can hold out of. It cannot go outside of it. Well, scratch that. You can go outside of it, but it'll be more than a larger number than 1. Now, it has, like vector values, it has position and size. But instead of vector3.new, it is something called udim2.new. Here, look down in the command bar. udim2.new, and then you put the x and y coordinates there. udim2.new is where it's like a vector3 coordinates, only with x and y. Here's x and here's y. These two are y, these two are x. Why are there 4 numbers? That I'll go over right now. Okay, so you have position. Oops, excuse me. That's just a party chat. It has 2 things about it. See, there's 4 numbers for the position. There's x has 2, y has 2. It has scale and offset. Now the offset, the scale, is on how much of it is. You see, it's okay, let's just do size for example. It also has the same thing. It has scale, offset, 4 numbers. Excuse me for that. There's somebody asking me about scripting tutorials, so pardon me for that. So you have the size. You have the size X. The maximum you can have is 1. Well, yes, let's just say 1 for now. See, it's the maximum X is it from here to here. That's maximum 1. Then you have the maximum Y size, which is 1. It's from here to here. That's 1 is from the entire screen. Now, if you say 0.25, it'll be 1/4 of the value of the size, and this is 0.25. This will be 1/4 of the width. You get the idea. So you have that, and the position also works the same way with scale. Remember, this is scale, not offset. So if you say 0.5, this will be in the middle of the screen. This is where it's set as, so this is the middle of the screen, and then you have the size. So in this case, you want to do 0.25 to be in here, and then 0.3. Let's see if I can get this right. 375, I believe. 375 for it to be in the exact center for the scale. If its size is 0.25, but I'm not gonna go over that. So if you want in the center, you can do that. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So now going on to more complicated matters. My personal favorite is scale and offset. Is more of a scale than offset, because you can use scale to be half of the screen exactly. Oh, that's its position, not its size. You can say it's scaled to be half the size. You can have a quarter of the size, an eighth, a 16th, 3/4. I don't know, whatever. As long as you put in a decimal. But offset, it'll go by the amount of pixels. Now, everybody should know what pixels are. A pixel is like the smallest unit, right? Okay, see, the mouse itself is made out of, I don't know how many pixels, but it goes by the pixels of the game. So if you say you want its size offset to be 10 pixels, that's 10 pixels. Now, obviously, that's not real pixels, as in, like, you know, everything else. Like in the game, the mouse itself looks like it has like 100 pixels. Obviously, that's not 100. So that's just 10. You can say you can have the offset to be 5 pixels wide. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's why it is. Duh. You want its offset to be 10 pixels. That is 10 pixels. My bad. So that is the size of 10 pixels in Roblox. Yeah, I was actually forgot to do that. So let's move it over. Let's see, X offset. Let's move it over 50 pixels. That's how much 50 pixels is. That little gap right there is 50 pixels. Whoopee. Let's change it to the size of, I want to have 50 pixels big with 60 pixels deep. It's tiny. Yeah. That's, yeah, not all that important. So we have the frame here, and what's the whole point of the frame? You can't click it. You can't do anything with it. Oh man, 8 minutes got left. So we're gonna enter in not a screen GUI. We're gonna enter a text button. Now the button, however, it goes the same thing with for crying out loud. I gotta go in a minute. It does the same thing as the frame. Same color 3. Which we'll go over that later. Background transparency, name, size. Let's say it's the scale is 1 in the on both things. Oh, that was its position. Silly me. Scale 1, scale 1. Okay, so this is the button. Okay, got less than a minute. So the button itself, you can click, and it'll actually do something. So we'll insert a script inside it. So we have a script inside. I gotta go. Functions. We haven't gone over. We went over how to use functions, but we didn't go over what they can do totally. So function click and script.parent.mouse button 1 down connect click. I called it click. It could be blarg. As long as it matches the function name. Blarg. As long as this matches this, it's fine. Okay. We'll continue this in the next tutorial. And this is Roblox Layer 10 signing off with the next YouTube tutorial, number 11, I believe. Rate or leave a comment if you found this helpful.